Good morning, USA, and welcome to another episode of the Bernie or Bust Show, unshaved, unbathed, unedited, and unscripted, fueled by great coffee. Pull up a chair and have a slurp. Today we're talking about why Elizabeth Warren is reposturing herself. In this first clip, we talk about why she didn't support Bernie Sanders, and you'll notice her caginess in not answering the question. And then we'll go to another clip where she is equally cagey, and what will be revealed here is my take on why she isn't able to answer these questions directly.
Of course, you know the person most widely considered to be the most progressive senator is Bernie Sanders. Yeah. So a natural question is, why not back him during the 2016 primaries if you two are the closest aligned in policy?
So look. I think that our primary, I thought was a good thing. And I thought it was good that Bernie was out there, that Hillary was out there. They were giving two different visions. They were out there through all the states. I thought it put both energy on our side. I'll tell you something else I thought it did.
Did you see that? She was going down that rabbit hole as far as she could, and then she realized it was going to catch her, so she quickly switched to another. She's going to give 6 answers that are not answers to this question in just a few seconds.
Made me proud to be a Democrat. You know, what? While the Republicans were doing their clown car thing, you know, with who was going to be voted off the island, and then, of course, ended up with a reality star as their standard bearer.
She practiced that. She had that ready to go just in case.
Mm-hmm. I was proud of what Democrats were out there talking about. I thought it was the right thing to do. And in the end, when it was time, I went out there and fought once it was resolved to try to get Hillary elected, and I would have done the same for Bernie, no doubt about it.
So sometimes it's really useful to actually look at the words of what was said here. So let's put it up on the screen. Again, the question was, why didn't you support Bernie Sanders during the primaries? And what Elizabeth Warren says is, number one, I think that our primary was a good thing. That's not an answer. That's just not an answer. Number two, I thought it was good that Bernie and Hillary were out there with two visions. Well, you can support there being two visions and still decide to help one candidate over the other if their vision.
And if Bernie's vision is more like Elizabeth's, at least in just in the way they describe it, then a really solid reason for her not to come out for Bernie is because she's watching her own career. And if she feels that the Clinton machine is more powerful than the Sanders machine, then it would be a mistake for her to throw everything in behind Bernie. Look what happened to Tulsi when she did that. She was trashed, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Tulsi was trashed by the Clinton machine, and the Clinton machine is alive and well, and Elizabeth knows it. So she's still dancing around. But the truth is, Elizabeth would never do anything to bite the hand that feeds her. The Clinton machine is also a puppet of bigger money, bigger powers, and they would crush Elizabeth if she stepped out of line. So instead of crushing her, what she's trying to get is for them to endorse her. And there's clear evidence that the mouthpieces, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, and so forth, are swinging behind Elizabeth. And so she must be pleasing them. The only thing I can think of is that she has offered, as Hillary did, to endorse the Trans-Pacific Partnership if she's elected. Let's keep going with these non-answers.
Aligns more with yours. Number three, it made me proud to be a Democrat during the Republican clown car primary. Not an answer to the question, and also, we're going to talk about number three a little bit more in a second. Number four, I was proud of what Democrats were talking about, and it was the right thing to do. Not an answer. Number five, in the end, when it was time, I went out there and fought once it was resolved to help Hillary. And number six, I would have done the same for Bernie Sanders.
There is no backbone to that woman. If she can't pick a side and stay with it, if she has to dance back and forth, you'd say, well, maybe she isn't picking a side, but she is. She is picking a side because that dancing is just what the masters want. They know that Joe Biden isn't going to make it. They know that Bernie supporters won't endorse Biden. They'll know exactly what will happen because they've already seen it happen. It'll be Hillary again. What they're banking on is for Elizabeth to do this dance where she appears to be progressive enough to steal Bernie's voters. And that's what she's doing. And there are some really smart people I know personally who are buying it. But you have to look into her face, into her eyes. You have to look at the way she waffles when people are asking her these questions. There's no reason, there's no possible good answer for why she didn't endorse Bernie other than that she's trying to do this dance and be acceptable to Wall Street and steal Bernie's voters. And she has to know that they're using her for this purpose. She has to know that it's a devil's deal. I don't know how she can even look at herself. Here's another example of waffling.
What I have said about Elizabeth Warren for a long time is she doesn't have the authenticity for lots of reasons that voters really seek. And what they love about Bernie is agree or disagree with him, you know he believes what he's saying.
Right. Okay, I promised to show you the waffling, so here's the waffling.
Out there today trying to distinguish herself from Bernie Sanders. Listen to what she said.
Is it incorrect that he discouraged you from running? If so, on what grounds?
Wow. That's what happens when you ask her a question that she isn't prepared for. She didn't have her clown car answer ready for that. She was totally floored. So look how she doesn't answer this question.
So Bernie and I had a private dinner, and my view is that dinner stays private. People don't know this.
So it stays private. Did Bernie and Elizabeth make a deal? I'm not going to answer. What I want to know is, did these people and Elizabeth make a deal? Here's wiki proof that the Clinton machine was behind the flood of new Democratic presidential hopefuls. Michael Kives is an agency executive of Creative Artists Agency connected to the Clinton machine, and United Talent Artist is also connected to the Clinton machine. Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian are on that talent agency, the UTA, and Elizabeth Warren has been given money. Beto O'Rourke, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris all have been given money by the executives of CAA. Joe Biden's interests are represented by this talent agency as well. They call their clients thought leaders. They've got thought leaders in high places in Hollywood, in sports, in Tonight Show or other shows, evening shows, comedians, speakers for events, and news anchors. And all of this money is connected to the higher up big money of transnational corporations. Hollywood is just a puppet, like the DNC is just a puppet, like the Clinton machine is just a puppet. And Elizabeth is connected at the hip with these powers. And so when she's denying or not willing to reveal, what I wish she would reveal is what kinds of deals she made with these talent agency executives last time, not to run against Hillary. And this time, if she is friends with Bernie, she's obviously sizing up Bernie's power versus the oligarchs, and she's saying, well, Bernie is David and the oligarchs are Goliath, and she's betting on Goliath. And that's exactly what's going on here. She has to know how they're using her. She has to know what's going on. She's not that stupid. But I love to see it when they catch her and she doesn't know what to say. when they ask her a question. I am not a democratic socialist, she's saying. And she's not. She's a tool of the oligarchs, but she's controlled opposition. She's trying to be just progressive enough to steal Bernie's voters. There will be lots of evidence of this as the race heats up. And if you watch her face, watch her hands, watch her eyes, and know all this is true. This article, it's based on a leaked email, WikiLeaks, copied to Podesta and to Hillary, and it shows how other people like Spike Lee are connected. Very, very disturbing. And this leaked email was the point of the email was to take Tulsi out. So if Elizabeth watches what happened, I'm sure she's been watching what happened to Tulsi when she came down on the side of Bernie Sanders. She resigned her position with the DNC and came out for Bernie. She's been getting spiked. When if you read this this WikiLeaks email, Michael Kives and Darnell Strom told Tulsi Gabbard that they would not raise money for her because of their disappointment in her poor judgment, because she left the DNC to endorse Bernie. And they wrote the email just as the primaries were beginning in 2016. And they said in this email that they had already chosen Hillary. They said, Hillary Clinton will be our party's nominee, and you standing on ceremony to support the sinking Bernie Sanders ship is disrespectful to Hillary Clinton. And in the email, if you go read it, just click on this and you can read it. They say that they put the hammer down on Tulsi because she disobeyed the oligarchy. And that's what Elizabeth Warren is trying to avoid. And so far, she's doing a great job. Stay tuned, and I'll keep you apprised as things go. I've predicted that they're going to swing more and more behind Elizabeth, and Elizabeth will keep saying things to both distance herself from Bernie, but also to appeal to his voter base. And you heard it here first. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.